Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. This afternoon, we're watching and reacting to Paris Saint-Germain versus Real Madrid CF FIFA Club World Cup 2025 semifinal. We'll see who plays Chelsea on Sunday. Who will win this game? Will PSG somehow, well, not somehow, will PSG do what we expect them to do? Or will Real Madrid be the Real Madrid that we know? Some love, some hate, and win a game that they probably shouldn't, but oh, they're starting Mbappe. Huh. Interesting. Okay. With Gonzalo Garcia. That might actually be a good idea. With that being said, will Real Madrid be the Real Madrid we know and love, or know and hate, depending on who you are, and win a game and shock the people and go to the final and play Chelsea? Or will PSG come back from their scare last game and win pretty dominantly? We're doing good. We're doing good. Everything's better. Everything's better today. We're doing good. Today's going, it's going much better. So we're good. I don't expect things to go off the rails again, at least not for the foreseeable future, but so I think we're good. I was just planning my December road trip to LA. I'm thinking of leaving Denver as soon as I'm off work before a 4 or 5 hour off day prior to my vacation, stopping in Vegas for a day. That's cool. You know, the thing that sucks about that is that Vegas in like late November or something, late November, one of the last 3 F1 Grand Prix of the year are in Vegas on the Vegas Strip. You don't know how much I wish I was in Vegas for that. I know. Won't happen. I at least want to do that at least once. Go to Vegas to see the Grand Prix at the Strip. That would be... I know it's not new anymore, but I'd rather go to the Vegas Grand Prix than the Miami Grand Prix, which is crazy. I don't know. Is that crazy, though? I don't know. I'd rather go to the Vegas Grand Prix than the Miami Grand Prix. I don't think anybody wants to go to COTA, though. I mean, Austin's not a bad city, but compared to Miami and Vegas, you know, I'd rather go to COTA than Monaco. But that's just my opinion. Vinny is starting. Yes, he is. Why'd you think he wasn't? With that being said, Paris Saint-Germain contra Real Madrid CF la Mundial de Clubes de la FIFA Semifinales. Ganador contra Chelsea en la final. Derrotan. Eliminado. Volta a casa. With that being said, starting 11 for PSG. Gianluigi Donnarumma. The back four of Achraf Hakimi, Marquinhos, Beraldo, Lucas Beraldo, Nunes. The midfield three of Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, João Neves. The front three of Desiree Doué, Ousmane Dembele, Kavicha Kvaratskhelia. Real Madrid, Thibaut Courtois. The back four, Fede Valverde, Antonio Rudiger, Raul Asensio. Sorry for comparing Marco to Raul. Raul Asensio, Fran Garcia, Vinicius Jr., Aurelien Chouameni, Jude Bellingham, Arda Güler, Kylian Mbappe, Gonzalo Garcia. Boom, there you go. Oh, look, a Real España flag. Hans would really love that. Somebody send that. Somebody find that and send that to him, because I can't. Because, I mean, I'm doing this, but that was cool. Somebody had a Real España flag. He would love that. Valverde, I guess that's what Fop Mob says. They may be lying. I don't know. Fop Mob is weird sometimes. I mean, Güler playing in the midfield's weird too. But Bellingham, I wouldn't see him playing it right back, so it might actually be the case. Unless they're going with a back three. But who? Chouameni, would he drop back? I mean, yeah, FotMob might be wrong, but I'm just going by what I see. Maybe FIFA says something different. FotMob is weird. But yeah, the game got postponed a little bit. The kickoff got postponed a little bit for a traffic situation with the PSG and Madrid buses in New York, New Jersey. So kickoff is like 10 minutes away, which, yeah, that's about normal for whatever. Wouldn't be that different. So by 2:20, they should have kicked off. He was injured in training. He got a knock in training. He's not even on the bench. He got a knock in training. But he hasn't been playing that well, so yeah, knock in training. Yep. As I just saw that, when I saw the game got postponed for 20 minutes. That takes more than a few days to get over. More than a few months. Oh. Well, you know what? Since Madrid jersey is kind of the colors of Mercedes, you know what? Might as well, since we have time. Christian Horner got fired from Red Bull. I'm shocked. It's either one of two things, and I'm leaning more towards the fact Mercedes already has Max. And the Dutch people, the Dutch reporters have said it's not because of Verstappen's family that Horner got fired. Yeah, that leads me to believe Mercedes has Max for next year. I mean, yeah, Yost didn't like Horner, but but even if they didn't like Horner, it doesn't make sense to me why they would fire him just to keep Max. Oh, here we go. Teams are walking out. Well, that's quicker than I thought. Teams are walking out. Yeah, I just don't get it. Max is going Mercedes. Silly season's going to be awesome this year. And it may not even be the actual summer break. It's going to be this mini break between Britain and Belgium. Can't wait. Road trip vlog starts Denver, ends when I hit LA. Naughty or nice, public interview, Vegas, LA, whole day at Vegas video. You could do all three. Besides, the whole day of Vegas video probably would be part of the road trip vlog. But either way, you could do all three. Just because you do one doesn't mean you can't do the other two. I mean, I know my way around a road trip vlog. Yeah. Teams are walking out, so I mean, you probably do all three. Yep. But no, I still stand on it. The plan is to do all three. Good. But I still stand on it. If you made me choose, gun to my head, which Grand Prix in the USA I would want to go to, I'd choose Vegas over Miami any day of the week and twice on Sunday. It was pretty cool to see the Miami Grand Prix track on the outside of Hard Rock during the Club World Cup on some of those stadium shots. That was pretty cool. I did watch the Miami Grand Prix this year, but Vegas is that just seems like way more awesome to go to. Like Miami's Miami, but Vegas is Vegas, you know? Vegas is Vegas. Nobody would choose Coda. If you made somebody choose one of the three USA Grand Prix, nobody would ever choose Coda. Nobody would. Even if they lived in Austin, they wouldn't choose. No. Starting 11th, yeah, November 22nd. So, Gianluigi Donnarumma, Nunes, Beraldo, Marquinhos, Hakimi, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, João Neves, front three, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Doué. Yeah, it's the third to last race, I think. There's Vegas. It's not Saudi, no. Thibaut Courtois, Garcia, Rudiger, Asensio, Valverde, Chouameni, Bellingham, Goulet, Vinicius Jr., Gonzalo Garcia, Kylian Mbappe. But yeah, the Vegas Grand Prix is the third to last one of the year. Abu Dhabi's December 7th. And then the next, it might actually be the second to last, actually. Nope. No. No. Yeah, the 23rd. Wait, the 30th. And then the 7th. So yeah, it's the third to last on a three back-to-back, a back-to-back-to-back. Hopefully the title isn't decided in Vegas now. Trust me, I will go live for the title decider. My stream is behind. I'm watching on TUDNA. I'm watching on TUDNA because I didn't realize that the game was postponed. But I remember TUDNA being ahead of Fox for the Gold Cup Finals. So TUDNA is probably one of the more ahead channels. So probably would have cost an arm and a leg to go to the Grand Prix anyway. So I'm not. It's good you got other things. I will say that it probably would have cost an arm and a leg to go to the Grand Prix anyway. Manuel Lanzini reportedly in talks with TFC. Could be okay. Oh, Buffer again. We got Buffer again. And we're off. The second semifinals underway. By the way, the Blue Jays are leading the White Sox 1-0 right now. Just if you wanted to know. If the Blue Jays win, they'll tie their longest win streak ever. 11 wins in a row. That they did twice in 2015. And 10 years ago, that was 10 years ago, the Blue Jays might tie it 10 years later. We're going to the World Series this year. I will not hear no counter arguments. The Blue Jays are going to the World Series this year. I will not hear no counter arguments. One minute in, 0-0, settle. Because let's get ready to rumble. He's a legend. He's a legend. He was doing that at WCW. He's been around for ages saying, let's get ready to rumble. I think movies, boxing, other sports. And then his brother was in the UFC. It's time, right? Even though his brother doesn't get as much airtime besides the UFC. But either way, Blue Jays, Dodgers. Blue Jays versus Dodgers. Probably. Corner. Blue Jays, Dodgers. The Mets, I think the Mets are going to do the same exact thing as they did last year. They'll make the NLCS and then get owned by the Dodgers. The Dodgers are still pretty damn good. They had some slow moments, but the Dodgers are still pretty damn good. So, actually, the Blue Jays are only 2 wins behind them. Okay. I mean, Phillies, Mets, maybe. Cubs, not really. Giants, no. It's probably the Dodgers. Who am I kidding? Blue Jays, Dodgers. Headed away. I'd like to see Blue Jays Mets because that's what we should have seen 10 years ago. Instead of Royals Mets, we should have seen Blue Jays Mets. But let me be realistic: Blue Jays Dodgers. If it ain't the Dodgers, it's the Mets because I don't believe in the Giants like that. The Cubs. So you're winning the NL Central. Oh, the Brewers. Oh, they're there. Okay, the Brewers. No. No NL Central team is going to make the World Series. No, they're not. Be good for me, but no. It'd be good if they did. I could probably go to the away games if it was the Blue Jays, but no. Milwaukee or the Cubs, they're not going. The Phillies aren't the same as they were a couple of years ago. Shot save. What a save from Courtois. Mets, probably the second most likely. I'm not saying the Giants are bad, but feels like 2021 to me. The Giants are good, but they're not that good. But then again, the playoffs are a crapshoot, so who knows? I mean, I prefer the Jays to play any of the teams. I'm like, shot save. What a save by Courtois. Yeah, Madrid's going to need that to win this semifinal for sure. More of that. Playing forward, Gonzalo Garcia switches the play. Mbappe, shot blocked. What is he doing? That was a waste of a play. How we doing, Alex? 5th minute. That was a waste. Let's not forget, I will also be live at 6 o'clock for the Montreal versus Forge Can Champs second leg. Saved by Donnarumma. Because I hadn't started MLS. Because the window hadn't started yet in MLS. That's why. Also, hadn't even started yet at that point for Europe either. I was going by the MLS dates. That's my fault. MLS is weird. I blame MLS. 6 minutes in. Not that it matters. Toronto ain't doing shit. Dembele. Save. Shot. Goal. Goal for PSG. Fabian Ruiz pounces on the horrible defensive clearance of Madrid. And PSG's going to absolutely walk away with this one. 1-0. 1-0. Fabian Ruiz. That is not the Madrid I know. Failure. Absolute failure. Playing forward. Doué crosses it. Dembele gets on it. Saved by Courtois. And not covered up by Arda Güler, which he should not have been back there anyway. Well, Fabian Ruiz. Goal for Fabian Ruiz. Seven minutes in. 1-0. Well. Playing forward. Here comes Madrid. Cross in wide. Well, it's been back and forth. Didn't YouTube start like that? Like community tab where like the whole community could post for like one channel or whatever. Eighth minute. Well. Your team needs you, Vinny, and he won't do anything. Here comes Dembele. Dembele shot. Goal. Ousmane Dembele. 2-0. 2-0. On the run. Nobody had him. Burns passed him. 2-0. 9 minutes. Well, that's it. Tosacero Dembele. It's like a community tab. Like you start a community tab for your channel's community that anybody who is subscribed can post to. Like FIFA has one. Some bigger channels have one. I don't know if it's still in beta, but I mean, that does seem like a good idea. Well, I think you have to be subscribed to post to it. But either way, I would definitely put it that way. Either way. Yeah, it's like been a recent YouTube feature. Playing forward, and PSG has it. Which I think it is a cool idea, where a community can... Basically a bulletin board for a channel. I don't know if it's still in beta or not, but it seems like a cool idea to me. I think it's actually a really good idea from YouTube either way. Playing forward, Madrid, free kick for PSG. Madrid's about to be smacked up by PSG. Let's just be real. They already are. I mean, I have posts. It says the community tab itself for just posts from yourself has been a thing. It's under posts. Like the community tab of my posts has been under posts. But I guess they also added the communal community tab over the past. That's brand new. The communal community tab is a brand new thing that I just noticed a couple of months ago. But like the channel itself, I think now it's just under posts. Because I think that's because they made the new thing. "12th minute in." Because I remember it used to be called the community tab. I think when they did the communal community tab thing is when they changed it to posts. "12th minute." PSG is going to get absolutely owned. Or, I mean, Madrid's going to get absolutely owned. I'm not afraid. Or I am afraid, actually. Chelsea, PSG, I am afraid. Chelsea's going to get killed, aren't they? Well, Chelsea ain't winning the final. Can't wait to watch that. That's going to be an absolute mauling. Chelsea are going to get mauled by PSG. Hey, at least we're the second best team in the world. We're about to get mauled. I liked our chances against Madrid. Ish. Chelsea's about to get mauled. Playing forward. Foul. Free kick for Madrid. Okay. Cross in, header. Oh! What was he doing? Of course they did. Of course they did. They didn't get owned. I mean, hell, Liverpool should have beat them. Liverpool honestly should have beat them. If we're being real. Because let's just put it down like this. Liverpool had so many chances. Liverpool had so many chances that they missed. Liverpool had so many chances that they missed. They should have won that game. Playing forward, back to Courtois, 2-0, 2-0, free kick. Okay, free kick for Real Madrid. They should have won that tie, Liverpool. I still stand by it. But yeah, they did well because at least you could say they should have won. Liverpool should have won that tie. I'll say it. I believe Liverpool were the better team over two legs against PSG. Of course, when it went to penalties, you were probably cooked. I said as much. Well, to a Liverpool fan that I know, I'm like, yeah, no, this is Donnarumma. You're cooked. It was like, you're cooked. One, you're English. and a Liverpool fan. Second of all, is Donnarumma. Like, you should know how good Donnarumma is at penalty shootouts, first of all. You're English as well. You should know. I know. Vinny, your team needs you. Jude, where are you? They're not there. Would you ever work at a call center? No. Doesn't seem fun. 18th minute. Playing forward. Eighteenth minute. Playing forward. PSG been the better team so far. Pretty much dominantly. Wide. There's uprise here call centers. I think there are at least 6+ different companies here now. My uncle asked me why there's so many here now. There's one coming next to my grandma's house. That doesn't sound like a fun time. Playing forward. Vinicius loses the ball. That was a way to at least get one back, and he did not do it. Headed away. Playing forward. Yeah. Makes sense. 21st minute. 14 euros per hour, but here's Suriname to pay 2 or 3 euros per hour. Basically, sort of, again, if I ever call some and I get a Surinamese call center, I'll tell you. How about that? If I ever call customer support and I get a Surinamese call center, I'll tell you. How about that? Paradela de Cruz Azul. Yep, we know. And Paris has had so much more possession over the last 15 minutes. The whole game, really. They're the better team by far. They're owning the hell out of Madrid. This is not normal. Mbappe, shot, saved. They're getting chances. They just can't put them away. Ain't that some bad news? Vinny should generally sit on the bench. I agree. Like this mythical front two idea with Gonzalo Garcia and Mbappe sounds like a better idea at this point. Or just play Rodrigo, but I don't get why they want to get rid of him. I really don't. And 3-0 PSG. Game's done. 3-0. 3-0 PSG. Fabian Ruiz with a second. Man, Madrid, dude, this is not the Madrid that I know and love. You might know and hate. I know and love. Plays forward. Spins around. Shot. Bow. On the half turn. Beats Valverde. Stares him down over the leg. What a shot. Fabian Ruiz. Well, this is going to get uglier. It's going to get uglier. (24:48). 25th minute. Please, PSG, I need 3 more goals. Chelsea's going to get mauled by these guys, aren't they? 24th minute. I'm not having fun anymore. Chelsea are going to get mauled by these guys, eh? Huh. Raul Asensio is a disaster right now. How we doing, Ilias? Saudi. Honestly, well, if Real Madrid goes down 5-0 in the first half, they actually did. Actually, hold on. Ah, yes. 1, 2. If they go down 4-0 before the 45th minute, they have actually done worse. If they go down 5-0, they definitely have done worse. Or Madrid's done worse. Yeah. Back when Madrid weren't losers. Because right now they are. You know what? That's a doable group. The NBA Cup group for the Raptors is Atlanta, Cleveland, Indiana, Washington, Toronto. That's a doable group. That's a group that they could win or get out of, I believe. I mean, Indiana's going to be worse this year because Halliburton blew his Achilles. I hate to see it, but it's true. Cleveland, they could be worse this year. Atlanta, they honestly suck. Washington, they suck. Toronto could win this group. I love it. They might actually be in the knockout rounds of the NBA Cup for once, for the first time since it started. All right. That's a doable group. Toronto could win that group. Atlanta, Cleveland, Indiana, Toronto, Washington. They could win that group. Or at least do good enough to get the second place spot out of the East. That's a good draw. That's a really good draw. 28th minute. Cleveland might be probably the hardest to deal with, but I think Toronto, there's people say there's positive growth as they say they are. Should be able to handle it. They're still probably the hardest in that group. Playing forward, that's wide. Huh? White Sox are leading the Blue Jays. Oh, shit. They got 2 runs in the bottom of the 4. Corner. Hakimi's such a beast. Call me crazy, but are they putting some at the top of MetLife? Is that where they're going to give the trophy? FA Cup style? Yeah. Hakimi's such a beast. He's really good. Why is PSG so strong? They need to be nerfed. They won't be. 30th minute. Cleared away. Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. not even tracking back to help the defenders. Imagine my surprise. Imagine my shock. Imagine my shock. If you put PSG versus Argentina national team, who would you pick? Water break. I would. Right now, PSG. PSG. Right now, it's PSG. Does anyone know why Gyökeres is going to Arsenal, not United? Because Arsenal at least could possibly win the Premier League. Yeah, if I wanted to be nice, but yeah, fair. Like Gyökeres has the coach at United that he knows, but Arsenal is better than United. But Arsenal winning the Prem. Nice. Oh, yeah. I've heard of that before. That's a pretty cool. That sounds fun to me. Also, what about that restaurant where like it's giant portions with like the giant scale, and that's a different one, I know, but that seems, I don't know, that's crazy. I'll take it though. We're cooked. We're getting mauled. We're gonna get mauled. That's what I think he's thinking, because that's what I'm thinking. Like, let's be real. Like, I'm happy Chelsea's in the final. All that, right? I hope they scam it, but this is PSG we're talking about. Now you're saying, but hey, the Bayern Munich game was close. Everybody has a scare. Have you heard the line? Every World Cup champion has a scare. Well, no, Argentina technically had two. If you really want to be honest, the Saudi Arabia game, well, that wasn't just a scare, that was a loss. But Netherlands, well, yeah, it was a loss. I guess you can't call that a scare, and it was a group stage game. Either way, fair. Okay, just the Netherlands then. But either way, PSG, well, they lost to Botafogo. They can lose. Yeah, Maresca better be watching that tape vigorously right now. Do the exact same shit Botafogo did. Let João Pedro be Igor Jesus. I mean, sure. João Pedro and inshallah. Sure, exactly. Exactly. Scam that final. Somehow just scam the final, please. That's all I'm asking. Somehow just scam the final. Serge Gnabry is at the freaking game. It's like, my team got eliminated, so I'm just going to watch. The team who eliminated mine and broke the leg of our best player. Yeah, I'm just going to watch. Please tell me he's hate watching. Not that that's working out for him, but please tell me he's there to hate watch. I mean, they did break the leg of their best player. PSG did do that. I'm not saying they meant to do it, but they did it. Well, at least Ribery's a legend. I can understand that. Gnabry's still playing. He was just playing freaking 3 days ago. Foul, free kick for PSG. Treating him like a damn legend. It's like, well, you're out of the tournament. I had PSG winning the whole damn time, so, and I still will for the final. I'll tell you that right now for free. But, 38th minute. Yes, I think we can. Because honestly, I'm going to be real. When it comes to Barcelona, goal kick, when it comes to Barcelona, I'm going to say it. Luis Enrique was a better Barcelona coach than Pep Guardiola. Luis Enrique did better with Barcelona than Pep did. Luis Enrique won more with Barcelona than Pep did. They played their best under Enrique. Mbappe goes down the box. I mean, he did get stepped on and kicked. I mean, that should be checked, but player down. Not like it's going to do anything, but. And then Luis Enrique made PSG UEFA champions for the first time. He ended their era of bottling, or at least in the Champions League. Now, they could still bottle the Club World Cup. Maybe that's why they're going to the final. Maybe their bottle era is still alive, and they just saved it for the Club World Cup final instead, while going in as European champions, just to turn the knife a little bit more. Shot. Yeah, Klopp. I could agree with that. Klopp. Jurgen Klopp legitimately made Liverpool what they are. Arne Slot's done a good job of keeping it alive, I have to say. But Jurgen Klopp, and he could be flexible at times, Jurgen. Pep is not. Jurgen worked with his players. Jurgen made sure his players were in the right position to get the best out of them. Should have been 4-0. If PSG takes the foot off the gas, I wouldn't blame him. I won't blame him. Hopefully it does end at 5 or over. It'd be funny. It'd be funny. Over the top. Courtois kicks it away. Real Madrid's playing a crazy high line. Trent would have loved playing against this high line. PSG could be up about 5. Yeah, I agree with that. No, because I don't have one. It was either the Patriots jersey or the actual Real Madrid jersey, even though I picked PSG. I chose the actual jersey of the actual team in the game. One of them. Even though I picked PSG, I could have worn the Patriots jersey, but free kick, 42nd minute. Playing forward. .43rd minute. I mean, PSG is just so good. .43rd minute. Offside. I'll check it out later. 44th minute. Less than a minute to go. Less than a minute to go for the first half. Three minutes of stoppage time. Playing for, oh, we rolled. Barrel roll. Jude misses Trent. That is true as well. 2 minutes to go. Confederations Cup rumor to come back. Thoughts? You know, I don't see how it can if they have the Club World Cup. And I don't understand if they would do it the year after a World Cup, because they basically be kneecapping their own Women's World Cup, which is just wild. Cross in. And they can't do it the other even year because Copa. And I don't see how they do it unless it's a winter tournament, sort of like the Arab Cup in an Arabic country. But if they did it next year, would it shock me if the 2026 Confederations Cup was a winter tournament in an Arabic country? No. I don't understand how they're going to put it down because, I mean, they shit canned it for the Arab Cup, then the Club World Cup. There's another Arab Cup this winter. I'm not too damn sure. I'm not sure. It makes, like, I don't see where they put it. It would be high. Yeah, I just don't see where they'll put it. Unless they're going to make it a King Fahd Cup, which is how it started, in Saudi Arabia or Qatar or X, Y, and Z. The problem is they wouldn't stop a season for it. So MLS, or, well, actually, Liga MX, the Mexican team, might have the most. Oh, wait, no. Some of their best players do play in Europe. Oh, well. No, they don't have any help either. Saudi could host. I mean, that's my guess. And it's halftime. 3-0 at the half. Medio tiempo, 3-0. Madrid's cooked. It's that simple. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half. Talk about the stats. Get this one going. Sit tight. We'll be back. Sit tight. Be back. 3-0, 3-0. It's only 45 minutes. They can't do it. 3-0, 3-0, medio tiempo. We'll take a short break at the half. Talk about the stats. Get this one going. That's actually a good move if that happens. Sit tight. Be back. Stats at the half. All that. Sit tight. We're back for the stats at the half. And by the way, we're good. We're good. How much longer do I have? 2 minutes. Okay. We got stats at the half. No problems today, just to be clear. No problems. Ball possession, 76% possession, 24% possession, 11 shots to 4, 6 shots on goal to 1. We have 384 passes, 96% to 95, 79%, 3 fouls to 4, 2 corners to 1, 11 shots to 4. We have 6 shots on goal to 1. We have a 402 passes to 120, 96% pass accuracy to 79, 4 throws to 5, 3 offside to 0, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 3-0. PSG is mauling Madrid. Simple. I do. I think he has a really good ceiling. I think people are hating on him a bit too much. I still think he has a high ceiling. I really do. I really do think he has still somewhat of a high ceiling. You know? So, I still believe in him. I still believe in him. Exactly. Glad for Kudus, he's going to Tottenham. Yep, that's a good pick. Streets won't forget. Retegi's going to Saudi. Oh, God. What are we doing? Retegi to Saudi? What the What are we doing? What are we doing? Retegi to Saudi. What are we doing? Well, now we have nobody. Now we have no... Italy has no striker. What the fuck? Lord. PSG are the favorites to win this tournament. Yeah, Chelsea are getting mauled on Sunday. I hope I'm wrong, but I think I know it. I know it's coming. I want to be surprised. I hope Chelsea surprises me and they scam this tournament somehow. They won't. They won't. The Blue Jays are down a run to the White Sox. They have the top of the lineup coming up once more over the next two, the 8th and 9th. So they may could pull this one back, but... Or maybe Heinemann can tie it. He has an RBI already. Okay. Well, that's good news. Second half about to start. Come on. And he grounded out. Shit. Yeah. And we're off. Second half. Here we go. I'll be here for the Montreal Forge match. Oh, well, won't you look at that? Club America, Brian Rodriguez is going close to joining Miami. I mean, he's good, but... He's good. Wait, but LAFC has his MLS rights. I mean, it's been in the works for a while. I mean, I'm not surprised they were going to get his visa and call him up, but yeah. I mean, of course he was getting his Jamaican visa and they were going to call him up once that came through. He's probably going to get, I don't know if it's because it's CONCACAF or because either way, he's going to get a crunching tackle that he probably didn't expect when he does play in CONCACAF. Cross in. So do with that what you will. Funny part is I don't even know if he'll make Jamaica better with the manager that they have. So. Shot goal, 4-0. 4-0 PSG. Douay's offside. So, like, well, I don't know if they're sacrificing PR or not. But if they are, they're sacrificing it for somebody that might not even make their team that much better. So, 48th minute. So, what can you do? Is the juice worth the squeeze? I'm not sure. Is the juice worth the squeeze for Jamaica? I'm not sure. Madrid stink. It should be worse than 3. But we'll see. Save. Washington Commanders unveil nostalgic Super Bowl era uniforms for the 2025 season. 48th minute. Is this an alternate or is this... Is this an alternate or is this... Okay, it's an alternate. It's cool. Should just be what they wear normally anyway. The Commanders didn't have to change the jerseys. They just... Well, they had to change the logo. Changing the jerseys was dumb. Player down. Huh. That's not good enough. Bayern are only willing to pay a maximum of 51.6 million euros for Luis Diaz. That's not good enough. Not now. Do you think Chelsea are cooked? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. I hope they scam the final, but I think they're cooked. '51st minute. But yeah, they're cooked. Playing forward, Douay dumps it back. PSG will only wear its star during the Champions League. Panama coach already came to inspect our pitch ahead of the qualifiers and came to watch Robin Hood play. Well, shit. Like, I mean, yeah. What do you think about it? Did they interview him? What do you think about the pitch? Did they interview him, Christensen? I mean, I never really thought Surinam's pitch looked that bad. Especially looking at Robin Hood Stadium. You know, I never thought that looked too bad. I never had a problem with it. Player goes down. Free kick. But again, I've only seen it. I haven't walked on it. I haven't touched the pitch. I haven't walked on it. So I guess there's a total difference there. But, I mean, from what I've seen worse. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but I've seen much worse. When it comes to a pitch, I've seen much worse. But again, I guess it also means you have to see how it feels, how it walks. I guess that's part of it. How high the cut of the grass is, if it's turf or not. Vegeta. Like, I mean, I've seen pitches that look like cow patches. You could tell those are bad. Like, I mean, I guess there are some pitches that you can't tell are bad until you actually are right there. But I get it to a certain extent. But even on TV, when I can tell something's a cow patch, it's a cow patch. What was that game where I was complaining about it really recently? Like a lot? What was that? Because there was like a bad cow patch recently during one of these tournaments. I'm trying to remember. Which one was it? Which in frickin' July, it shouldn't be a damn cow patch. Or June. It wasn't an indoors, which was kind of the other crazy part. Wasn't it an indoor pitch? Which is even crazier. I think it was US Bank Stadium. I think it was the Canada game. I think it was. I think it was the Vikings Stadium, but I think that's right. Either way, 55th minute. Like, the freaking one side of the pitch, there was like dead grass. It was brown grass. I think it was the Canada game. I think it was Minnesota, which is a freaking dome in the summer. But it has a lot of natural light as well, considering it is a glass stadium. I don't know. I've never seen the Vikings field look that bad. So, I watch enough Vikings games. I've never seen that field look that bad with the Vikings. So, unless I'm misremembering, I think it was Minnesota. I've never seen it that bad. Now, TCF Bank Stadium, when they were at Minnesota, Golden Gopher Stadium, that was bad sometimes. Yeah, for sure, that was bad. At US Bank, though, no. Metrodome, I think that was turf, so either way. Kvaratskhelia, wide. Not like I'm making any excuses, but yeah, he said that. I guess the shoulder really makes you look off, which is crazy. When football, I mean, you really don't have to. It's not something that's really needed during a football game, is your shoulder, but I guess it makes you look worse sometimes. If it's hurt, I think he's probably getting surgery on it more for pain management. He probably wants to feel normal again, which I get that. I'm not saying I don't. I get it. I get it. 3-0 PSG. Weston McKennie had it too. Yeah, he did. But I get it. He probably just wants to feel normal. I get it. I get it. But Madrid blocked. I hope the Forge match is better. I'll be live for the Forge match at 6 o'clock against Montreal. Of course. Second leg of the Can Champ. Forge has the lead on aggregate. And if there's a tie after 90 when it comes to the aggregate score line, there will be a penalty shootout. No extra time. Of course, for the Can Champ. Of course. Well, no worries. PSG's not going to extra time against Madrid anyway, so whatever. There's no way. There's no way. Bournemouth have submitted opening official bid to Chelsea for Jordi Petrovic. Bournemouth. Bournemouth wants Jordi. What are we doing, man? Why Dembele and Kvaratskhelia off? Because the game's over. Madrid's not coming back from this. Even the best Madrid probably couldn't with 30 minutes to go. This is a shit Madrid. They're not coming back from this. Why keep the foot on the gas? Just focus on the final. Chelsea, are you dumb? Yeah, they are. Jordi Petrovic to Bournemouth. Nothing was close with Sunderland last week. Bournemouth are now hopeful of getting a deal done. Yep. Madrid. Well, hold on. They won the Super Cup and they won the Intercontinental Cup. They did win trophies in 24-25. They did. You can't say they didn't. I mean, hell, the reminder of one of them's on the middle of their freaking jersey. They won 2 trophies. Now, if you're talking about 25-26, you might be right. They ain't going to win shit. But this tournament technically counts still as 24-25. So, no, they did win 2 trophies, 24-25. The Intercontinental Cup and the Super Cup. Those count. Those count. The trophies. They're still at Madrid City in the trophy case. The count. Actual trophies, no, they didn't win. But they did win the Intercontinental Cup and Super Cup, which is pretty much just 2 one-game tournaments for them, so fair enough. But people counted the Old Club World Cup. What's the difference? Well, they only played 1 game. Is that what the difference is? Nothing in 2025, that is true. And I don't think that'll change. I don't think that's possible to change. They will not win a trophy in 2025. Yes, that is correct. That's what you're talking about. The calendar year, no, they won't because, well, no, they're not in the Super Cup. 62nd minute. I said PSG was going to dominate them, so I'm not surprised you're wrong. No disrespect, but I saw this coming a mile away. Never mind, Madrid washed. Yeah. Oh, no, I'll predict the same thing. I hope Chelsea scams it, but they won't. They will not scam this final. August is the start of football season, so Madrid didn't win anything in 24. That year they did win trophies, but the start of season, ending the season, they won nothing. Why are you being so obtuse? That the Super Cup in August and the Intercontinental Cup final in December of 2024, they won those. You're being obtuse. No, did they win the Supercopa de España? No. Did they win the Copa del Rey? No. Did they win La Liga? No. Did they win the Champions League? No. But they won the Super Cup and Intercontinental Cup. It's not like the Super Cup's in July. Why are you being obtuse? Like, yeah, no, in 2025, they haven't won a trophy. That's true. Probably will still be, well, if they don't win this, yeah, no, it will be true because there's no way to win. I think Supercopa is February. De España is February. Yeah, there's no way they could win a trophy in 2025, the calendar year. That is true. 25, 26, you're probably right. They aren't going to win a trophy because they only have 4. So why are you being obtuse? Okay, so fair, but it's still in August. Fair. But what about the Intercontinental Cup? That's in middle of December. That was in the middle of December. Pre-Christmas. What's your way to hand wave that? What, it was just a one-game tournament? Based off the fact they were the defending European champion? And they played Pachuca? Is that how you're going to hand wave it? That Pachuca was good. That Pachuca was good. Oh, no, yeah, PSG's won the Super Cup too. Exactly. I'll give you that. Probably into the mid-60s. Mostly Fanatics. Like, well, NFL Shop before was Fanatics, but really just Fanatics. I bought a couple at the mall or at mortar stores, brick and mortar stores. Most of them are off the internet, and most of them are off Fanatics. I have bought a jersey off a Chinese knockoff website because that was the only way I could get a certain jersey that I wanted, and it looked pretty fine. It wasn't DHgate. It was some random baseball website that was definitely a Chinese knockoff website. But it was that Stroh jersey from the World Baseball Classic in 2017. It doesn't look like a knockoff, but it was a Chinese knockoff website. But that was the only way I could get a Stroh jersey from the 2017 World Baseball Classic. Because MLB Shop definitely didn't do that. I got a couple off eBay, mostly Fanatics. A couple of them I got at Soccer Master, brick and mortar football jersey store around here. I got a couple of jerseys at the mall, mostly my hats. Even my hats now, I kind of buy more off the internet instead of lids because it's hard to find. 7s are a little bit easier to find. Now, actually, it may turn, but when I used to wear 6 and 7/8, I still do, but I used to buy 6 and 7/8 hats. They were hard to find at lids. I had to buy them off the internet. Now I can buy 7s, and I feel better wearing 7. They're easier to find. Still a little bit harder, but they're easier to find at the store. But at internet. Mostly the internet. Mostly Fanatics stores. But playing forward. Yeah. Fair enough. I like the Authentics. Okay, so but how are you going to explain away the Intercontinental Cup final? I'm asking you, how would you explain that away? You could explain the Super Cup away, that it still is like the curtain raiser, but how are you going to explain away the Pachuca game? I remember doing that live. I was wearing a damn suit. Tell me, how you explain that away? 68th minute. Cool. Like every time I go to the mall, I go into Lids and other sports stores. I found sevens a little bit more than I have 6 and 7/8. 6 and 7/8 are like hell to find, but my head fits more of a 7 now anyway, or 7 and 1/4. I don't know what that is. I didn't know my head got bigger, but like over what, the past 2 or 3 years, 2021, I guess, like the past 4 years, I guess my head got bigger a little bit. I don't know. Those 6 and 7/8 got a bit tighter. Maybe I just finally realized they did. I don't know. They still fit. Some of them are tighter than others, but I'm not going to stop wearing them. But my head fits a 7 or a 7/1/4 way better now. You know, doesn't really give the red ring around my forehead. Well, I guess it does. Either way, I would agree with that. Modric did a Vinny, try dribble, lose the ball. I think Modric is trying to do all he can to save Madrid's ass. It would be his last game with him anyway. Modric, I think, is desperate. Yeah. Galacticos, my ass. They're cooked. Oh, Danny Carvajal. Danny Carvajal is on for Garcia. Yeah, they're throwing the white flag. A defender on? Down 3-0? Yeah, no, they're throwing the white flag. Playing forward. Another Unk is entering the pitch. I don't think so. He wanted Madrid. Like, growing up, he wanted Madrid. This is his dream. He's an egotistical bastard, but this is his dream. Which is funny because he gave them the runaround for so many years, and then he finally did it when he had a free contract. But it's funny how PSG started winning things as soon as he left, turns out. And then Madrid started sucking as soon as he joined Madrid. Now, I'm not saying it's all Mbappe's fault. The squad was very misbalanced. Because Mbappe is Mbappe, but it was on a free contract, so there was no excuse to have it be a misbalanced squad. Shot wide. There was no reason. And ha 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 ha. Who didn't see this coming? I think everybody saw this coming. True. Do you think he's the next Harry Kane being so unlucky? No, he won a World Cup. Even if Mbappe is unlucky for the rest of his career and doesn't win anything else, let me tell you one damn thing. He won the World Cup as a rookie. Doesn't matter. He's won enough Ligue 1s with PSG. He won a World Cup. He's not Harry Kane. He'll never be Harry Kane. And if he is unlucky, it's because of his own damn ego. And yeah, he was seconds away from winning a second World Cup. No, he's not Harry Kane. If Mbappe's unlucky, it's because his ego is the freaking size of the Eiffel Tower. It's because his ego is the size of the Eiffel Tower. That's why. It's his fault. Harry Kane, he's loyal. He was loyal to Spurs, but here's the thing about Harry Kane. We all like to meme Harry Kane, but Harry Kane seems like a good dude. Harry Kane seems like he would do anything for his teammates. Harry Kane seems like the type of guy that you would like to hang out with and be friends with. Be like, he's a good teammate. He's a good dude. Mbappe's a punk. Mbappe is a punk, egotistical punk. Harry Kane's a good dude. Like, should have people memed him for being unlucky and being at Spurs? No. No, I think what made it worse is the fact that Bayern had a bad season. But Harry Kane's a good dude. I'll admit that. I don't think he deserved half the shit that he got. Mbappe should be getting more. But since Harry Kane never won a trophy, because most of the time he was at Spurs, and then somehow Bayern just happened to have a really shit season the year he went there, until he finally won the Bundesliga. And he finally won a trophy. Say, I think Harry Kane is a good dude. And I think in the end, people memeing him, I don't know if they were memeing him or the fact that it was just funny that I don't even think really it was a meme for Spurs. I think they were shitting on Spurs. I think it got personal when that first season at Bayern Munich happened. That's when it got personal. And I don't think he really deserved that. It was just funny in the moment because Bayern had a 10-year run of winning everything. And then he goes there and they lose. And they don't win shit. And Leverkusen is there. I don't think Harry Kane, but it got kind of personal, I think, with Harry Kane. Not with me, but for other people. Kane's a good dude. Mbappe's ego is the size of the damn Eiffel Tower. Like, he deserves to be unlucky. The sad part is he has a World Cup. He won the World Cup as a rookie. He almost single-handedly won the World Cup back-to-back. He has Ligue 1 trophies. He's won trophies. He has the Intercontinental Cup. I think, did he score in the final? He has a Super Cup. The funny part is that PSG won the Champions League without him. And Madrid seems to suck since he went there. But, okay. So maybe that's how he's unlucky. He'll never win the Champions League with a club who's known for winning the most. And the club who he left to go to that club won it the year after. But I would think at some point he'll win the UCL. Madrid will have to at some point. Will it take most of his career? Probably. Will he be like Cristiano until like 2014? Yeah. Well, he won one with Man United, but you get my point. At Madrid, it took Cristiano a couple of years to win it. Will it be sort of like that? Yeah. I believe that for sure. Almost over a half decade? Yeah, sure. But he'll get it. I don't think he's going to leave Madrid because they don't win one in 5 years. I think he's going to be there until he wins one, unless he's the reason why they don't. But, that's cool. Okay, so it's the opposite. Mbappe doesn't have the Champions League, but he has the World Cup, which he did a lot in 2018. It's not like he was like Giroud, which, I mean, tactically, Giroud did a lot in 2018. Let's not lie here. 2018 World Cup, Giroud did a lot tactically to help that team be the well-oiled machine that they were. He just didn't score. But Giroud had a big part to play. If you look at the games itself, Giroud had a big part to play. If you look at the score lines, you're like, what did he do? But Giroud had a big part to play. Let's not. Messi has them all. Yeah, but he doesn't have the CONCACAF Champions Cup. He doesn't have the MLS Cup. It's going to be funny if he never wins either of those. All this glazing just to win a freaking Leagues Cup and a Supporters Shield and get out of the group of a Club World Cup. All that for that? Oh, wow. No Champions Cup? No Champions Cup, no MLS Cup. Bullshit! I call bullshit. 79th minute. Playing for PSG. Saints have a new helmet, a Watt helmet for the New Orleans Saints. That's actually cool. Gold face mask, Watt helmet, gold fleur-de-lis. Shit, that's cool. I love that. I love that Saints helmet. That's awesome. It's better than the black helmet they had. That's a cool helmet. I like that. Lovely. 80th minute. Because Tony Khan he's got Mercedes got Tony Khan by the balls. '80th minute. Can champ match later? Yep. We'll be here for the Forge Montreal match. Let's hope Forge holds on and wins the tie. That is badass. Japan has some of the best trains in the world, though, but I will say that much. Again, I will say, again, bringing up monorails and trains, I wish that the USA had a better rail system. Whether it was just better passenger rail system and more Acela high-speed trains, but even just more track for passenger rail. Amtrak deserves better than what they have, is what I'm saying. But that's just me being biased. Either way, I wish there was more passenger rail in the United States, more high-speed rail as well. Amtrak should have way more of a footprint than they do, is what I'm saying. So, same with Canada and Via Rail as well, which same thing there. I never want Montreal to win. I know Sealy plays for them, but I never want Montreal to win. But I'm not a Trinidadian fan. Either way, I'm a Forge fan, and I hate Montreal. So Power Rules MTL, I hope so. It's either Canada or Mexico. Probably Mexico. United States, they're not going to make it as far as you think. Canada, I still have faith that their best 11 will, and I'll probably fall. I'll probably get fooled again during the friendlies anyway. Mexico, if they keep playing like this, they should. The qualifiers, well, even if they qualify, it's still going to be tough for them to go far because they're more somewhat good to minnows. So it'll be interesting to see how Jamaica, if they make it, how Suriname, if they'd make it, or Trinidad, or Panama. Panama might do a somewhat good job. Costa Rica, Lucas Vasquez coming on 84th minute. So Canada or Mexico? Canada or Mexico? Probably Mexico, but let the friendlies fool me again, and I won't say Canada. Let me get fooled again with the friendlies, and I'll say Canada. But right now, yeah, Mexico. But I still have faith Canada's best 11 should do just enough to playing forward. I think the USA could get grouped for sure, but Mexico and Canada? Cross in. Like, Mexico's actually finally finding their identity. Panama. Like, Panama, if they make it, which they should, they're going to do the best job. They'll probably have the best performances. Panama. Yeah. Out of all the mid and minnows of the qualifiers teams. Panama. Cross in. I think that's a safe bet. Header wide. But seriously, though, look at Mexico. They're actually finally building an identity under Vasco. They're actually building an offense that actually could click, that actually just doesn't need Raul. I mean, it's good to have Raul up top. I get that. But it's not just like hoping for Raul's magic. They're actually getting the ball to him. They're actually finding a way to pass the ball, find passing lanes, open up the offense for guys like Santi and Marcel Ruiz and Gilberto Mora. Have you seen Mexico over the past couple of games? Yeah, no, they haven't scored many goals during the Gold Cup, but I'm starting to think they found their best 11. I'm starting to think Mexico's actually found it under Vasco. I think they're actually finding something. Mexico's better than they were 4 years ago. Let's just be real. This Mexico, now that they found it, but even before they found it, they were better than the Mexico from 4 years ago. But now that they found it, they certainly are better than the World Cup Mexico from 3.5 years ago. They are. So let's not be. This Mexico is better than that World Cup Mexico. Like, I saw some good things at the Gold Cup from Mexico. I did. Did they score many goals? No, but you saw them starting to find rhythm together. That defense was strong the whole tournament, but the offensive players, they found their best offensive players. They started to find rhythm together, starting with the Costa Rica game and then going on to the final. Marcel Ruiz, amazing. Gilberto Mora, amazing. Mateo Chavez, I wish he had more time, but he looked amazing. You look at that Mexico team, and this Mexico team is actually very balanced, very good offensively. They have connections. They're building a rapport together. And you could see that once they get there, this Mexico team, they might have some. I think things are good for them. They're on the up. It's not just Raul being magical. They're actually on the up now. But I think it's good that Raul won the Nations League so they could have this time to congeal and become what they have. So I think in the end, okay, you weren't paying attention to the Gold Cup. You weren't paying attention to them. Well, at least they're starting to. Playing forward, Barcola loses the ball, 87th minute. Because Mexico felt like an old boys club. It was like the Boston Bruins. Goal! Gonzalo Ramos with the turn. and smashes it home. It's 4-0. 87th minute. 4-0, 4-0. PSG. I think Mexico were kind of like the Boston Bruins for a while, where they were an old boys club. Now they realized they had to blow it up and build something new to a certain extent. Elias Montiel should get called now for Charlie. Yeah, but what about Gilberto Mora, though? Like, here's the thing. So you're telling me that it should be Edson, Elias, and... Are you telling me... See, here's the problem with that. Marcel Ruiz is out cold. Out in the cold. Unless you put him on the wing instead of Piojo Alvarado. Because I do think an Elias Montiel, or you can put Alvarez at center back, Elias Montiel, Gilberto Mora, and Marcel Ruiz, then the front three. It's possible, but Elias Montiel, I mean, is he better than Gilberto Mora? Yes, but if you have them both together, that's better than just one. It should be Marcel, Edson, and Mora. The bench option should be Liro, Montiel, and Orbelin. Oh, well, fair. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, fair. That works. I've not seen any. I haven't seen any of them, no. 89th minute. Well, I just read this. Schulte's car crash, driver witness. The family has my word. They were not exceeding the speed limit. Nothing could have been done. So, no, they weren't speeding. So, anybody who's pushing the narrative that Jolto was speeding is a scumbag. I'll believe somebody who was there and saw it over a asshole journalist trying to farm the speeding outrage now, but that's just my opinion. PSG teams, remember, won for decades, and it's full time. They're just instantly calling full time. Full time, 4-0. 4-0, PSG. PSG's going to play Chelsea in the final. We're getting mauled. Chelsea's going to get mauled. Enzo better be throwing on that Botafogo PSG film instantly. Do the same thing. You want a chance to win and scam the final? Do the same exact thing. Hell, John Texter was like, we played like an English team when Botafogo beat PSG. Hey, Enzo, what's Chelsea? Go watch that film and do the same thing. You want any chance to win, but I agree. This PSG team's awesome. Watch Tuchel 2021 UCL final. Well, that too, but that's more for like, hey, this is where we should be. This is who we should be. And then for the tactics and the 2012 UCL final, here's what we did as underdogs once. And then for the tactics, the Botafogo game. Yeah. Oh, man, Luca, last game for Madrid. He's still going to play somewhere. He's just at Madrid. I think it's AC Milan Luca's going to, but either way. But PSG to the final. Yeah. But maybe not the Club World Cup, though. Ici c'est Paris, Paris est magique. Hey, my French isn't too bad, isn't it? Salut, ça va? Salut, ça va? It's not too bad, isn't it? I hope I sound better than a random Canadian MP who's forced to speak French. He's a Madrid fan. Oh, yeah, he is a Madrid fan. Yeah. Docs, are you okay? Hey, Docs, are you okay? Then again, he's also a Bengals fan. I think he's also an Ohio State fan. Hey, at least he saw the national championship. He also saw the Bengals be shit. And still beat the Steelers and missed the playoffs. I was live for that game. That one hurt. That was Dylan. Dylan gave you the gifted membership a couple of weeks ago. If you like it, maybe stay. It's up to you. It's up to you. Meant to see PSG. PSG's going to have buckets of money if they're going to be in the final. They win it, even more money. Well, same for Chelsea. They could pay off their UEFA fine with the money. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share it with the family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this match. And then after the review, I'll be live for the Montreal Forge game. Live a review for that. Thursday, we'll be here for the Club World Cup semifinal recap. Friday, the Club World Cup final prediction. Saturday, Toronto FC versus Atlanta United live RSR. And then on Sunday, the Club World Cup final live RSR. So that's what the next 4 days look like. Yep. Be a little bit less busy, at least on the sports side after that. So I'll see you within the hour and also later today. That being said, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Congratulations to PSG. Felicitaciones, PSG. Felicidades, PSG. Commiserations, Real Madrid. We have a final. Chelsea versus PSG. Who would have thought? Chalk could have been the quarterfinal. In the end, it's actually the final. Chelsea, the underdog versus the best team in Europe right now. Probably the best team in the world. Can Chelsea scam the final? Or will PSG maul them like they've mauled everybody else but Botafogo? We'll find out. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See you.